Biafra, superstars, media.
We are in a very, very dangerous stage. I say very dangerous stage in this struggle. Everyone is on the negative side.
Hold on there, my PM Biko. My people now have one a day. We are in a very, very dangerous stage of this struggle. Those were the words of Mazi Ekpa, Simon and Joko, His Excellency. My people, I will do this video, justice very, very soon. He said we are in a very, very dangerous stage in this struggle. What does that tell you? It tells you there is fire on the mountain. It tells you the terrain is dangerous. It tells you there is problem. In-house problem. We were at the very, very dangerous stage. He was saying this when he was with us in a closed-door meeting. This was how our Prime Minister was speaking to those who are out here today trying to make you blame Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Let's continue. Take it back and listen. Listen. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So, we are in a very, very dangerous stage. I say a very dangerous stage in this struggle. Everyone, instead of taking the negative side. Like I've said, a lot of things have gone wrong, which could have propelled suspension of many people here.
Hold it there. A lot of things have gone wrong, which could have led to a suspension of many people here, not of somebody here. If they were saying of somebody here, then perhaps they can argue that person was Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. But when he said of many people here, hey, you guys, I am coming for you. I want you all. I gave you 3 weeks to solve this problem in-house. Una know say me, when I go deep in these things, I will go deeper and bring the facts out. Our Prime Minister, His Excellency, Obatobie said, the fuck up when those guys, they mess up, they say, many people would have been suspended. He didn't say somebody, but now they want to paint the picture. Now that Obatobie is not here with us, they want to paint a picture to say, no, the problem is Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. She's the only one causing the problem. But here, Obatobie is saying many people, many, not one person, not somebody would have been, suspended. Many people would have been suspended. It means he was speaking about a cabal, a group of people. And one of the pivots, because for chess, sometimes you might know the main person where you the target, but you will not go for that person straight. You will call the second in command of that person. Now, chess game, to study the body language of the main person. So in this case, Simon Ekpa, you will hear him call Sonny Akbarawa. It's a chess game. When he called his name, I knew there was a bigger fish to fry in the camp of Sonny Akbarawa. And today, we now know the person who said he's now the acting Prime Minister. Oge Nkiri, Isaiah, and Yogo. In chess, sometimes you don't show all your playing cards. You don't show all your hands. Obatobie is so smart in the game. There is a way you play it. You don't show all your hands. You give them small reel, small fish. When they chop them, you can kill them the water. So listen again, please. Listen attentively. That's how you know that ever since they've been having their meetings, cabinet meetings indoors, Obatobie was saying some people have been messing up here. Some people should have been suspended. But he came with grace. Listen, let's take it back. Take it back. Listen.
We are in a very, very dangerous stage. I say a very dangerous stage in this struggle. Everyone, instead of taking the negative side. Like I've said, a lot of things have gone wrong, which could have propelled suspension of many people here. This Biafra to come.
Many people here, it means in that their meeting, many people in that meeting were supposed to be suspended. In the regressive analysis, the number is between 42 to 46. Underline those numbers, 42 to 46, and we'll come back. Lord have mercy. I said, underline 42 and 46. We shall arrive to the numbers of those who were in that meeting. He said some people would have been suspended. Some people, not one person, the way they want us to believe now. Okay, Nkeri, Van, and the rest of them. Now you are blaming one person. But when Obatobe was speaking, he said some people would have been suspended. Not somebody. If he said somebody would have been suspended, then perhaps Obatobe was with you all to suspend Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. But he said some people should have been suspended. You guys can fool the whole 80 million Biafrans. But you can never fool me. Let's continue.
So do not think that you are in a position where you can now control the media and you can do anyhow with any staff appointed by the government, including yourself. Do not think that you are in a position where you can now control the media and you can do anyhow with any staff appointed by the government, including yourself.
They are doing it now, Batobia. Now they think they can do it anyhow. They think they are above the law. Those you left as the so-called Minister of Information, Sonia Barawa, what happened to you, my brother? What happened to you, my brother? In the public, you address Simon Ekpa with respect. In the public, I have never seen you for once interrupt Obatobie. What happened to you, Sonny Akbarawa? But in the private, I get it. This meeting was a private meeting, but the same way you conduct yourself in the private meeting should be the same way you conduct yourself in the public. It is so embarrassing that of all those that spoke, the only two people that spoke the way they normally speak in the public in this private meeting are Dr. Ngozi Orabueze and Simon Ekpa. The rest of you, you disgraced me. You guys were so insulting. You guys didn't respect the office of Simon Ekpa. You didn't respect the office of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. You guys, you disgust me. Let's continue. Listen, my people, listen. He said it here. And today now they think they're above the law. When they're in their media, that they've used the media as a tool to control the 80 million Biafrans. Imagine somebody like Sonny Akbarawa calling the shots, trying to call the shots on 80 million Biafrans. Ndigbo. Igodo migodo, how on a day? Those from the area of Calabar and Akwa Ibom, I say emesere tona. Emesere o abade ye o nkpongpe ho, nkpoyiba ho, nkpoyiba nso kpoyiba, nto kpoyiba nso kpoyiba. Emesere o, umu Akwa Ibom o emesere. That song is to let my good friend know, Sonia Akbarawa, I don't hate you. I'm not angry with you at all. It is the position that you are playing that I'm angry with. I sang that song to let you know I've been in your old state. I've lived in your old state. I understand the culture of your people. The women are strong. The men, they're a bit calm, simple. The men, they are laid back. in Akwa Ibom State. Sonny Akparawa, you of all people, now your own vex me pass because the way you can't interrupt Simon Ekpa in a private meeting, I was taken aback. The Prime Minister of a country, and you feel when he's speaking, you are interrupting him. It is clear something was going on. It was clear at that point that your position is unattainable. The moment you go against your superior, your boss, that job is gone. That role will be taken off you. Because I was wondering, how come in this new cabinet, they didn't even give you like a role? I was wondering why. I was a bit puzzled because in the public, I see you as somebody who is humble, gentle, calm. You pick your words when you speak. They pick your words one by one. It means you are cool, calm, and collective. So I was wondering, why not even give you the role of assistant, minister of something or whatever, or even a minister of information without portfolio. It means you have no office, but you are still there. Or the minister for social media or whatever. Give you something. Because I felt in the public you were doing a good job. Only for me to see this video in the private and saw the way you conduct yourself in the presence of your prime minister. That was shocking. Even me, I dare not speak when Simon Ekpa is speaking. Even me, when you are having your X space, I'll be there, but I can't even carry myself to raise my hands up to ask a question to Obatobie. Because I feel whatever I want to ask him, I already know the answer. Because when he speaks, I listen like a good student. I'm a student to Obatobie. I dare not speak when he's speaking. So I was taken aback. In this video you will hear now of Sonny Akparawa going back and forth with Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. If you catch me, I say, there's a problem. When I heard your mannerism, the way you address yourself with Simon Ekpa, I was worried. I said, there is fire on the mountain. There is a big problem. For a minister to speak this way. Minister. Even in that zoo called Nigeria. See the way Jagaban, they sack the ministers. They are begging. They go to church, to pray to God to have a position in the ministry. In our own government, you are insulting, challenging Simon Ekpa. Making a mockery of Simon Ekpa. Lying to Simon Ekpa that it wasn't you that asked those questions. Trying to make him look like a fool in the presence of your colleagues. Let's start with this video. Watch this.
You are in a position where you can now control the media and you can do anyhow with any staff appointed by the government, including yourself. So this particular one is going to you directly.
Okay.
You must respect the other authorities in this government as a minister of communication.
Hold it there, Sonny. This one is going to you directly. Chess game. He knows who your boss is. But to test the water, he called you out. Because this is sometimes when you throw stone in a pack of dogs, that dog, when that stone knock, that dog then go back. So at this point, our Prime Minister was testing the water. He said, Sonny, this one goes to you directly. You must respect others, the other ministers in the office, in their cabinet, in the government. Don't talk down on them because You are the Minister of Communication and Information. Only God knows which one they give you. I was taken aback. This video explains everything. Even though I knew the answer before, because me, I was rational. You know, you have to have a rational mind. You have to be a rational thinker. When I saw everything, the initial, problem, I looked at the structure placed by Simon Ekpa, and the person next in throne, next to the heir of the throne, next to manage the government is Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. With logic, I was able to tell on whose camp I will pitch my tent. With logic. But some of you were clouded with emotions. You were saying, why now? You believed their story, that she was trying to stop the funding of the men on ground. Sonia Akbarawa, this one was to you. It means you've been receiving warnings from the Prime Minister himself. Do you know what it means for a Prime Minister to warn you as a minister? It means he's had enough. Now it makes sense. Now it has dawned on me that this game you guys are playing, you guys knew the game was up. You knew we're in a dangerous stage, as he said in the beginning of this video. We were in the 11th hour. It was the beginning of the end. Hey, Lord have mercy. Now listen to what happened next. Listen.
As a Minister of Communication. That has happened severally.
Look at this now, the interruption. PM is still speaking. PM is still speaking. Sonny come begin chook mouth. What happens to wait? You put your mic off in a meeting. Everybody, you put your mic off in silent while somebody is speaking. Then when they call you to speak, you turn on your mic. This is the basic thing done in every organization using Zooms or Teams in their meeting. You guys, man, I don't want to insult you guys, but you guys act like animals. You guys, you disgust me with a passion. Hearing the way you guys conduct yourself in a private meeting, but when you come in the public, you pretend as if everything is sweet. You pretend, you bow down to Simon Ekpa. You love him. You are calm, cool, collective. You are picking your words when you are speaking in the public, but in the private, you are there interrupting my Prime Minister. Ganging up on my Prime Minister and Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Interrupting the Prime Minister. What an insult in the name of God. You don't forget, say your position, not be through election you get them. Ministers are being appointed by a Prime Minister. I hope that one sink in your head. Let that sink in your head. Say ministers are being appointed by the Prime Minister. And they can reshuffle the cabinet at any time they want. It means those when they stubborn, those who are not performing, those who are not meeting the threshold, the KPI, they may be replaced. They will call it a cabinet reshuffle. Sometimes when they check your capacity, say what the position you are in, you are not able to meet those standards. Your capacity is lower. They might reshuffle the cabinet, show you sympathy or empathy, then reassign you to a different ministry. And vice versa. If you are in a smaller ministry or a less pronounced ministry, but you are pushing above your weight, you are doing very, very well. Your voice, your name is everywhere. Whatever you do is ringing bell. Then perhaps they might see that this guy he's like a big fish in a small pond. Let us take him from this small ministry to a bigger one. Let it get into your head. Say, the Prime Minister is the one that appointed you all as ministers. Let that sink in. It means when you are speaking to the man, when you get the power to hire or fire, to appoint or remove, to appoint or reappoint, when you are speaking to him, you have to be humble. You don't speak when he speaks. You don't interrupt him unless there is a war going on. A cabal has been formed. Akparawa, man, this is not your character. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. This is not your character. I refuse to believe that you were doing this by yourself. Somebody put a battery behind your back and you were playing to the gallery. That person just chilled, they relax. They relax. He said, go on, my boy, yes, do it. Be hard on the prime minister. It doesn't make sense. In most cases, the ministers, they fall or rise with their prime minister. In most cases. Unless some strong ones will say, okay, this prime minister is bad though, I hereby resign. But they will never challenge the man when appoint them. It's not done. I'm taken aback by this. Let's continue.
You know that in this space, for example, if we are in a program.
Did you see that woman's face to show you that it was a gang up? Our prime minister was speaking to Sonny Akbarawa. The woman, you saw her face flash. She turned on her microphone and said, I want to talk. That shows me something. She is the bully in the cabinet. She is the bully in the meeting. She is the one they went to be their pit bull. She is the one that can be aggressive to the prime minister. She is the one that opt out, say, look, use me. I'll be the one to speak to him. He's a nobody. Simon Ekpa was addressing Sonia Akbarawa. Suddenly, we saw that face of that woman flash on the screen. The reason why it flashed on the screen is because if you are using Zoom or Teams, the moment your mic is on and you speak, even by mistake, the computer system and the application will now take your camera to be at the front immediately. You will now be at the center stage. Your face will show. In my meetings, if somebody by mistake cough, I will know the person that coughed or laughed by mistake. Because the camera will flash on the center. I will now see that person's face. And at the end of the meeting, I will scold them and warn them, say, next time, unless you are called, do not turn on your mic. Me, I'm a no-nonsense person, you know. In my work, I am a no-nonsense person. Because the biggest insult is when somebody is talking, somebody of authority is talking, and the mic is on from somebody else. They are laughing, they are coughing, they are pushing chair. They move things around. That is madness. So for the fact they are doing this to Obatobi in the private, hi, God, have mercy. Let's take it back. Watch the woman face when you flash. That woman, I will address her soon.
So this particular one is going to you directly. You must respect the other authorities in this government as a minister of communication.
Listen.
As a minister of communication.
Listen.
That has happened severally. You know.
Listen.
You know that in this space, for example.
Listen. Hold on there. That's how I catch them. She, with anger, she turned her mic on. Say, I want to talk. Biko, I want to talk. What do you want to make you talk? Did the prime minister call you out? You are just a rep in Canada. Not even a minister. And the prime minister is speaking. And with anger, you dey vex for something. They put a battery in your back. Because in the back end, you guys are communicating with yourself. That's how I know the game. While this meeting is going on, a separate meeting on WhatsApp is going on, or you are chatting with yourself in a group chat in that Teams. And when Simon Ekpa is scolding Sonia Akbarawa, this woman you are seeing here, mothers, people that we respect, our mothers, we respect them. But this woman allowed herself to be used. against our prime minister. He was scolding Sonny Akbarawa, and this woman, she turned on her mic and said, Biko, Biko, I want to talk. Talk what? Have you been called to speak? Eh? And the Biafrans out there, you are busy attacking the wrong person. You are busy castigating Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. If you notice in this meeting, she kept to herself. She was civil throughout. But this woman, she's not even a minister, a rep in Canada or something. She's here turning on a mic saying, Biko, Biko, I want to talk. It means she wants to challenge Simon Ekpa for speaking directly to Sonia Akbarawa. That's how you know about the Cabal. That's how you know there is a gang up. That's how you know there is a conflict brewing. There's a problem in that government. Those are the ways you know there is a blame game. Blame Simon Ekpa. Let's deal with him. But before we deal with him, this woman, when they hear Simon Ekpa don't give him the power, let us attack Dr. Ngozi Orabueze first. Once she's out of the picture, then the rest of us can now gang up on Simon Ekpa, and we can even vote and say he's no longer our prime minister. This was what these people were planning. That Simon Ekpa has not finished his discussion with Sonia Akbarawa. This woman say, Biko, Biko, I want to talk. Biafrans, lend me your ears. Some of you, I understand in that zoo, sometimes you guys don't have that, privilege to be in a position where you have to be in a board meeting. A senior management board meeting, SMB. Sierra, Mike, Bravo, senior management board. Even sometimes you go on the higher one, the biggest bosses. Sometimes I am delegated to go to the biggest bosses they are meeting. I go there, I go to shake. But for the fact, say, now my big boss, now he send me to go represent them. No, I must play the role and they must respect me or address me. Because the one who sent me is their equal. Sometimes, because they see that your face is new in the meeting, as you put on your camera, they see you as a black man, and most times, now only white, they those meetings. Sometimes I'm the only black man, then you see a brown person from Asia, maybe Indian or Pakistan, all those things, Mexican or whatever. But in most cases, I'm the only blackhead. So once my camera goes on, boom, it's in media. One might say, hey, hi, are you supposed to be here? Or, say, oh, no, leave him, he's representing, yeah. I sent him the invite, because he's representing the head of, then you can't stand strong. You must not panic. Even though say peace they catch you, as they talk, peace they catch you, because Nigeria has put a virus in us to fear your big bosses. So sometimes I wrestle with that on those higher kind of jobs. When you're with the head of a company of this one, a head of IBM, a head of, of this company, DXC, the head of this, the head of Vodafone, the head of Fujitsu, the head of Capgemini. These are big companies. You guys don't even know about it. It sounds foreign to you guys when I'm speaking. You're looking at these guys. One is somewhere far away in Hawaii having a good time. They're all in a meeting. You go to fear now. Oh boy. This thing pass me, but you have to hold on to. Talk less of discussing with your prime minister. Those are just heads of companies. But what about when you are in a meeting with the prime minister of a country? The prime minister of over 80 million Biafrans. You are in a meeting with him and you are interrupting him. This woman here, she is a nobody when it comes to the hierarchy. And she felt like it was time for her to turn on her microphone and say, Biko, I want to talk. When I saw this, I knew the gang up was real. I knew the only saving grace of Simon Ekpa was not to fall for the trap of those around him, to let go Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Because if he had bowed down to pressure, what they were doing was pressure, they were pressurizing him. If he has bowed down to that pressure, because some people, they are cowards. When you push them small, they go bow down and go fear. Then go sack somebody will not do them anything. Somebody will not do you anything. You go sack them because you are scared. You are a coward. So Simon Ekpa was so smart. We thank God. Say he did not bow down to the pressure of Oge Nkeri hiding his hand. He was the invisible hand controlling everybody. He was like the puppet master pulling the strings. He was the one putting battery in the back of everyone. That's why this woman, a rep from Canada, an ordinary rep, you mean you are representing those in Canada? You felt you could interrupt the prime minister's discussion with another minister while he was scolding a minister. You felt you could interrupt it and say, Biko, I want to talk. Talk what? What agenda was on the table that you want to speak about? The only time you speak is when they are discussing the different reps. What's going on, in Canada? How is Canada? How is the this and that? Okay, who is the rep? Okay, the rep. This is what's going on in your zone. Then that's the only time you speak. With all due respect, that's the only time reps they speak. AOB, any other business. Okay, rep from Canada, what's going on? Rep from, the EU rep, what's going on there? Rep from Africa, what's going on? That's the only time you guys speak. It's even a privilege that somebody like you is even in that meeting. Oh my God. It's a privilege. See her face. Let me not insult, because I'm not into insulting women. She interrupted a conversation between the prime minister and a then minister. Where is it done? Where is it done in the name of God? Tell me. Let's take it back. See what she did there. Listen.
Sorry, this particular one is going to you directly. You must respect the other authorities in this government as a minister of communication. As a minister of communication. That has happened. Sorry, that has happened severally. You know that in this space, for example, if we are in a program and the COS is in charge, that you are just telling us now. You never told us all this before, and we are just hearing it now.
Okay.
And we accept it now that we have had it. If we are in a program and the COS is in charge, that you are just telling us now. You never told us all this before, and we are just hearing it now.
Hold it there, yes, you're just hearing that. But what you did there was a double speech. What you did there was a double speech. What do I mean by that? He was saying something to quantify something just to verify something else. You are saying this. If we're in the program and the COS is in the program, now she's the head. Now you didn't tell us. Now we now know, or whatever you are saying there. You see me, I don't forget stuff. My people, I was angry with the one they called Dr. Damages. Because in the interview that Dr. Damages did with Simon Ekpa, One of the most important questions or pertinent questions he was asking is, who is your second in command? Who is your Isiam? Because then they wanted to know, say, okay, if them hold Simon Ekpa, who will be the next person to step in since there is no deputy prime minister? So Dr. Damages, with all due respect, his hands are not clean. His hands are not clean because he kept on asking, who is the one to deputize you? If anything happens, who do you give your power to? You see? If someone say, oh, there will be an election, for example, this guy is not, they will now grab it. Say, Simon said in this video, there will be election. If I'm not around, there will be election to get a deputy or whatever. But thank God, Simon did not respond or give the answer that that idiot was looking for. Today now, Akbarawa, to show you they put a battery in his back, he now said, if we're in a program and the COS is the one to lead, this we did not know before. Now we now know she's the one to lead in your absence. That's what he was saying there. How can you be a minister all this while and you are saying you don't understand the protocol? Even when you look your name for the organogram there for the office or for the website or wherever you have it, the organogram is there. At the top of the pyramid is the prime minister. Next to the prime minister should have been a deputy prime minister. But Obatobie, in his own wisdom, he learned from the mistakes of Nnamdi Kanu. So in his own wisdom, he decided not to have a deputy prime minister. Below that role is now the COF, Chief of Staff. Chief of Staff means the chief when they manage all the whole staff. You guys will pretend you don't know the meaning, but in your church, when they say Jesus is the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, you say, oh yes, he's the biggest king, he's the greatest God. But now someone said the chief of staff, it means the head of all the whole staff, the overseer of the staff. But now you pretend, no way, she has no power. But when your pastor say Jesus Christ is, the Godhead, and the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, you are holy, you are holy, you are holy, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, I worship you. The same thing as Chief of Staff. You are the Chief of the Staff. We are nothing without you. You oversee all the activities. You are the Chief of Staff. If they have sung that in your church, perhaps you deaf and dumb and stupid people will understand the meaning, the role of a Chief of Staff. You guys, you disgust me. Because you know the truth, but because you are planning a coup, you pretended not to know that she is the one next to Obatobie. Now you are saying, well, PM, now we have heard about it. If we are in a program and she is there, she is the one to oversee it. Now we know. Before you didn't say it, now we know. Cowards! You allow somebody to put a battery in your back. That's the problem of paying the media. That is the problem of paying people in the media. You will buy them. Paying them means you are making them to enjoy a new level of lifestyle with the extra cash coming in. So now, the character of a human being, you will want to maintain that new lifestyle. And by so doing, you will be submissive to the one paying you. So when I heard say, Oge Nkere, they pay those in the media. Respect to our brother Ugo 247 for coming out to speak. Others, the other guys in the media that took some money, I want you all to come out just to come and clarify it. Tell us, yes, he paid us some money, but now I've stopped. We must know those. They were taking money from Oge Nkere. Tell us when he was paying you and when you stopped taking the money. Because that was how he was able to buy somebody like Sonia Akparawa. And now he's talking trash. Oh, PM, now we know if you're not around in a program and the COS is in the program, it means she's the one that will lead. And now we know. Before we didn't know, but now we know. No. They call it a double speech. You are giving out a dog whistle. And now they are attacking the one that you said, now we know. You say now you know, but now she's the one you're attacking. You guys disgust me. Hey, take it back. Listen.
You know that in the space, for example, if we are in a program and the COS is in charge, that's you are just telling us now. You never told us all this before, and we are just hearing it now.
Listen.
And we accept it now that we have had it. If we are in a program and the COS is in charge, that's you are just telling us now. You never told us all this before, and we are just hearing it now. And we accept it now that we have had it.
You accept it now that you've heard it, but you guys till this day, you are attacking her for declaring Biafra on the 29th of November. You are attacking her. You say nobody has the right to declare. When your boss kicked him out, Ogenkere said nobody has the right to declare, apart from Obatobi himself. But here, you just said, if we're in a program and the COS is there, she's in charge. Now we just know. Before we didn't know, but now we now know that. But suddenly when Obatobi is not around, a time for you to prove that, you say, nah, no. Your boss now came out. Said nobody has the power to declare Biafra. Okay, Nkere. Ah, my God. I know what you are doing. You saw the handwriting on the wall that you and Simon Ekpa have severed your ties, because on many occasions he called you out to give account. And then the last time he told you, you said you were driving down to Washington. You were driving down to Washington. Your prime minister asks you. Your prime minister won't give you boss, won't give you a job to do. The man that made you a minister say, give account. You say, I am driving. So that driving, they're more important than giving account of your stewardship to your prime minister. Okay, Nkere, what stops you from parking at the hard's shoulder? Open your laptop and read out your account. Because that's something you should have prepared a long time ago. As a finance minister, I expected you at all time, whenever they call you, you should be able to tell them what's in the books. In fact, the numbers should be offhand. It should be in your memory. The numbers, the balance sheet should be in your mind. The trial balance must be in your mind. The number should be in your mind. If it's $70,000, $300, whatever, all you have to do, oh, boss, okay, roughly, as a rough estimate, so far in the post, we have about 70,000 on this. On the other program, we have about 2-point-something million. On this one, we have about this. But please, at the end of this meeting, if I get to Washington, I'll email you all the figures. And I'll copy, whoever you want me to copy it to. In real time. In real time, you should have that. But instead, you kept your minister, your prime minister hanging. Say you are going to Washington. You kept the prime minister of Biafra hanging because you are driving a car and going to Washington. Even those in that zoo called Nigeria, can a minister do that to Jagaban? Think about it. The country we are trying to live, they are keeping more standards than you guys. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. The zoo country we are trying to live, you and I know, say, if Jagaban call anybody there, say, oh yeah, come on, give me your information. That same minute, they will leave whatever they are doing. They will tender all this. You know what I mean? But you guys, you are here attacking our prime minister. Oh my, you guys are so lucky. Hey, Obatobi, I'm so sorry. I never knew this was happening. I never knew this was happening in the private. I never knew. Now I understand why Oyendo came out in the public and said, I have prayed in the private. Today, I am praying in the public. Papa, I need men. It meant in the private, Oyendo don't go through hell in the hands of DOS. He had to come out in the public and say, I need men. It means he needed new people. The beginning of the end for the DOS. When they heard that, what did they do? They blackmailed, they kidnapped him, they sold him out to Nigeria, and the rest is history. In the case of Simon Ekpa, when he said, we are in a dangerous stage, it is the beginning of the end, they understood what he meant. Because of that, what you are seeing happening now was as a result of what Simon Ekpa said to them in the private. Now, most of you guys may never believe what is happening, but thank God, says somebody with wisdom. When the meeting was going on, we thank God, that person took their phone to record them. Their spirit tell them, say, one day, the way this energy is going on here, this bad blood, the energy is bad in this meeting. Let me take my phone and record. Because one day, they record on this phone, the content in this video might help to solve a problem. Father, I thank you. Whoever did that video, may you be blessed. May you be blessed. What you did was right. Because what you did have single-handedly saved Biafra. Because what this man did was to divide the house. They turned it around. In the absence of Simon Ekpa, they want us to blame Dr. Ngozi Orabueze as the problem. But when Simon Ekpa is here in the meeting, he said some of you could have been suspended. Many of you, not even some of you, many of you. It means when the government change, eventually, many has to go. Use your logic. And they are angry. Oge knew his time was up. And the only way to remain relevant is to do what he's doing now. I won't be surprised if those in the cabinet are even the ones helping to gather information against Simon Ekpa. Because from this smell of bad blood, this taste of bad blood, it is clear they can do the unthinkable. They can do the unthinkable. And mark my words, my people. I am not a prophet. Mark my words. When Simon Ekpa is out and he chose Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, her cabinet, and he's working with that cabinet, that government, USB. Mark my words. That same week, Oge Nkere, the rest of them, and some so-called men they have on ground, they would declare their own government. Before you know it, there will be a new faction claiming they are fighting for Biafra. And their argument would be that Dr. Ngozi Orabueze has done juju on Simon Ekpa. She is working for the Nigerian government, but Simon Ekpa's eye is blind. Because of that, now that Simon has come out to support her in suspending them or taking them out of government, because they believe in Biafra. Biafra is for everybody, not just for one man. They will continue to work with the men on ground to protect the land of Biafra. That's what they will say. And some of the gullible ones that never loved Obatobi in the beginning, some of the gullible ones will follow them. Mark my words. I am not a prophet. Mark my words. Let's continue. Listen.
Program. And the COS is in charge. That you are just telling us now. You never told us all this before, and we are just hearing it now. And we accept it now that we have had it. Now, if the COS is to shut down the program based on the program that they had at hand, we the media think so. We have ordered that things.
Well, my people, 46 people here.
Hold it there. My people, 46 people here. If you remember, I said write down 42 to 46. And now she's now saying 46 people here. It means an average of at least 46 or 43 are in that meeting. And when someone said many of you would have been suspended, many from 43, hey, now you get what I'm talking about. Now you see, it wasn't about Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Simon was here when they were attacking Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Simon Ekpa was supporting her because he knew what they were saying was baloney, nonsense. That means, right now that they are attacking her now, when Simon Ekpa is back with us, he will still support her. Give her his blessings. So what do you think will not happen? For those who said they are still in government, they are still ministers of the Biafra Republic government in exile. Those who said they are still minister of finance, who is now an acting prime minister. Those who said that they are minister of communication and deputy minister of communication. Vam. Oh my God. I like you so much. I just don't know why. What happened to you guys? Vam. That name self, na nice name. They sweet. Makobe one name. What happened to Ona? Vam. Akbarawa. What happened to Ona? You guys were there from day one. Vam. I understand there was a problem back there with you and Simon Ekpa, but you repented. You repented. And Simon Ekpa forgave you, brought you back in the fold. Vam. What happened? Now, this woman you are seeing here, her blood, they boil. They've put a battery on her back. And now you will see the way she spoke to Simon Ekpa. Our prime minister, a woman who is just a rep in Canada. It means you are the representative of those living in Canada, in your district too. And you feel you could shout back on Simon Ekpa, your prime minister. He told you he was sorry. You said, no, I've had enough of you. You have been biased to me. Madam, I don't know who you are, but now I see why he said many of you would have been suspended. And this woman here, her argument again, her grudge is against who? Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. False grudges because they lied to her. They lied to her that Dr. Ngozi has been reporting her to Simon Ekpa. And Simon told her, no. In fact, she has not told me anything about you. So why are you angry? Why did they drink Panadol for somebody else's problem? Listen.
I have never had any cabal with anybody. People, 46 people here.
Okay.
I have never had any cabal with anybody.
Hold on there. From the abundance of their heart, the mouth speaketh. For the fact you are saying, I have never had cabal with anybody. When you look at their logic, it means there is a cabal present in the government, and you are trying to say you are not part of them. If not, cabal, the name cabal will not come up in this meeting. Let's continue. Listen.
How did this thing become evil?
Now let
But
me
you
tell
are
you
not calling my
that.
name 100 times.
Now let me tell you that the COS never called me about you.
Boom. She's calling my name 100 times. She has been calling my name to you 100 times. Simon said, now let me let you know that the COS never called me to speak about you. You see? So it means all these things, this rage, anger, they have against Dr. Ngozi Orabueze today. When Simon Ekpa comes out, he will maintain the same position. He won't say, oh, now I believe you. COS is bad. You all are good. No. The Simon I know, his judgment is still very, very sharp. He will still support the COS. He will bless her for holding the ship while he was away. What do you think these people they will do? What do you think they will do? Those who are saying this is this. What do you think they will do? They will form their own government. Many of you would have been suspended. Many. Out of 46, many would have been suspended. Not some of you. Not some. Many of you. Many. Them many. Oh. How many them be? Them many. Many means say to even count self go they had. Them many. Oh. Not one of you. If it's one of you, then it can be anybody. One of you would have been suspended, then it can be anybody. But when it says many of you, now you will now look at the camp. Camp A is Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Camp B is many of them. Vam. This woman here, all of them, Akbarawa, all of them. And Simon is saying many of you would have been suspended. When you put them into hypothesis and test them, it means the many should come from Camp B. Camp A is one person. So if he said one of you in this meeting by now should have been suspended. But this is your last chance to amend your ways. You know what I mean. One of you right now should have been suspended for at least 6 months because of what you did. You know what you did. I got the info, the intel, and because of that, I'm supposed to be suspending you now. You know yourself. But you are lucky we are not in the stage of suspending people. But going forward, you must check your ways, amend your ways. I'm watching you. That person know themselves. If it happen again, then I won't even come here to discuss it. A language like that means it is directed to one person. And everybody in the meeting, in most cases, then they know the person. So they will all keep quiet. They will be quiet, calm. Then the meeting will continue. But when the problem is with the many, there will be confusion, pandemonium, chaos, interruption, as they are interrupting our prime minister now. Anger, stubbornness, ishike. The blame game, the blame culture. It's not me, it is her. Now we know she's in charge. Now we know. No Cabal here. Blame game, blame culture. Biafrans, make una use my head. At the beguna, you say you want freedom. You've been begging God all these years. You want freedom. The freedom has come now. Now you're allowing some miscreants. To steal that freedom and give it to the Fulani Cabal that paid them some money. Biafrans, what do you really want? That's the question now. What do you really want? Let's continue. Listen.
What I made now was the comment that I made because of this message you sent. And I did not have the time to read everything everybody wrote there. You know, I saw Nena.
See, we're just calm, relax. Say, wow. A relief. Say, wow, wonder shall never end. But she still kept quiet. You see, that's the way she conducts herself in the private and in the public. When she's on the Zoom, she conducts herself the same way. But the other people there, they act like angels when they're in public, but in the private, see the way they are shouting. Hear that woman now, the way she shouts at the Prime Minister. Obatobi, I'm so sorry. Hey, you have gone through a lot. We owe an apology to Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Those Biafrans that made a mistake insulting her, you must go back to apologize to her. Because our God is just and fair. Our God is just and fair. Let's continue.
Ruby, I saw Nina, I saw Ruby. The only person I read. One thing is that listen, COS did not call me.
I am not happy. PM, I'm not happy with you.
Boom. I am not happy. PM, I am not happy with you. That one alone. Now grand opening, grand closing. A rep to show you say at this stage, the cabal don't grow wings. The cabal in the government don't grow wings. I am not happy. PM, I am not happy with you. Hey! Ebelebe. Ebelebe. They don't grow wings. The game was up. The coup was in the 11th hour. The coup, the Biafran government coup, was in the 11th hour. That somebody who is not even a minister, a rep, has the balls, has the confidence to speak to the Prime Minister of Biafra this way. Biafrans, do you really love Simon Ekpa? Do you really want freedom? Deep in your heart, are you guys really fair? Are you just in your approach? Are you really, really good in your heart? Are you a good person? Because it's only a devil, an evil person, a sadist, a wicked person will hear all these things in the private. You've seen how they conduct themselves in the private. Thank God say somebody video this thing because people for no baby believe in it. Say no. Thank God say somebody video them. I thank God say somebody videoed this video of the meeting. The proceedings of the meeting. Thank God. If not, nobody go believe or say people talk this way. Nobody go believe Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. If she said, no, they're after me, they're attacking me, we will laugh, say it's a lie. Vam is a man of God now. Akbarawa is a gentleman. Come on, on Twitter space, he's humble now. He's very, very calm. He's soft. He will not insult anybody. No, he used to insult though. He wouldn't even interrupt PM. No. He will never interrupt PM. Vam is a soft guy now. No. He's a good man. He will never interrupt the PM because in the meetings, he never does that. You see, nobody will believe Dr. Ngozi Orabueze if this video didn't come out. Because what I saw here was character. PM, they were saying, this woman. He said, no. He dispelled everything. She has told me nothing about you. You said she has said 100 things about you. Simon Ekpa said, no, she has told me nothing about you. Let's continue. Listen.
All right. If you're not happy with me, you can go. You can go if you're not happy with me. Just apologize.
I will not go because this agitation is not for anybody.
Boom. To de-escalate. PM say, okay. If you're not happy with me, I apologize to you. I'm sorry about what happened. I apologize. If you're not happy with me, then you can go. It means leave the meeting, vent off your anger. Then in the next meeting, we can come in and discuss. She said, I will not go. Hey! a challenge, an insult to the prime minister of a country. Even in that shito called Nigeria, not even the governors can speak that way to Jagaban. Can you see the standards? It's all about standards here. Not even the third man in that zoo. What's his name again? That Cabal man for this thing. Ekpa. Once they tell him things, he go sign them. He can't speak this way to Jagaban, but this woman, they speak this way to the Prime Minister of Biafra. And she's not even a member of parliament. She's not even a minister. She's from a rep somewhere from a country. How many countries do we have in this world? Just one rep from one country is speaking this way. Interrupting, insulting, attacking the character of Simon Ekpa. He just told you, say, no, but she has told me nothing about you. But because there's a battery in her back, there is a cabal going on. Their plan is to take Simon Ekpa out of office. That's why she was doing what she was doing. They wanted to, to panic him, to scare him away. Because right now, there's a coup before your eyes. God.
This for my children and my grandchildren happy. DM, I'm not happy with you. I am not happy. DM, I'm not happy with you.
All right.
You have biased me.
Alright, if you're not happy with me, you can go. You can go if you're not happy with Mara. Just apologize.
I will not go because this administration is not for anybody.
Alright, so
this for my children and my
I'm apologizing to you, right?
They push me up.
Boom! Who came back? Sonny Akbarawa. Out of 46 people, at the beginning, when Simon Ekpa was scolding Sonny for doing some few things, this woman say, Biko, I want to talk. She stepped in. Now, Simon Ekpa is dealing with the woman, Sonny Akbarawa step in. It shows you they are 5 and 6. They are 5 and 6. Out of 46 in the meeting. Do you now get the logic? Do you all now understand what is going on there? At the beginning, Simon Ekpa was speaking to Sonny. This woman say, please, Biko, I want to talk. At the end now, Sonny comes and say, hey, madam, PM has apologized to you. PM has done this. Hey, God. Hey, Simon Ekpa, I'm so sorry. I'm about to be. I never knew you were going through this. I never knew it. Your own people, about to be. It's bad. Very, very sad.
This opportunity to talk to themselves. How will issues be clarified? I have no cabal.
Okay.
And I did not call anybody to put me up to write anything. Be clarified. I have no cabal.
I have no cabal, and I did not come up with anybody to put me to write something. I have no cabal, and I didn't put up for anybody to ask me to write something. The reverse is the case. The cabal is there. Because now he's talking about cabal. The woman said, I have no cabal. I have no cabal. There's a cabal. The hidden hand is there. The puppet master pulling the strings is always there. And Obatobia is smart because he's not going straight to the person. But he knows the game they are playing. His plan was to carry everybody along till the 2nd of December. And afterwards, there will be a new government. That was the plan. But sometimes, you see when you're eating with the devil, you need a long spoon. Because the devil self gets his own plan. So even though, say, the plan of Obatobe was a master stroke, it was perfect. Act soft, don't suspend them, get to the point, because we are at the finish line already. Get there. Get it done and dusted. New government, and new names will be called out. Perfect. All the bad eggs, they will go away. Some will cry, some will complain, some will run with the money. They won't want to even give account of the money. No problem. The money you steal is blood money, because Biafrans in the Western world, even some in the local, those that were working in the snow, in the winter, in the rain, we were donating for our freedom. If you eat a penny of that money without giving account for it, if you eat a penny, it is blood money. People, they sweat. They work for winter. They work for cold to donate the money. We are in the Western world. Obodo Yibo, they donate money for our freedom in Africa. And you feel it's okay for you to steal the money? Or you are angry with Simon Ekpa for taking you out of your office and you refuse to give account? My brother, hey, you have bought all the costs, all the hardship from those that donated the money. You have taken those their problems to you, your family, your children, your children's children's children, and their children's children's children. It's a generational curse. You won't know when it comes. So if you are wise, even though you are angry with Simon Ekpa for taking you out, for not making you a minister, whatever, if you're angry, to show your anger, pack all the money, send them back to PM. That's the way you show your anger. But if you feel, say, okay, I will eat the money. Okay, Nkere. This one is on your doorstep. There's something called seed time and harvest. The principle of seed time and harvest. People, they suffer. They are crying for their freedom. Every week, they donate money. While their mates are busy partying with their money, popping their champagne, drinking, they choose to come to your platform and donate money. I will advise you, don't even eat a penny. Take all the money, give it to the Prime Minister, and wash your hands off. If not, the curse, the disease, the sickness, the hardship, the spirit of poverty in those people will be set free, and it will come upon you. I'm telling you the facts. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's continue.
I have no cabal.
Okay.
I have no cabals.
You see, I have no cabals. When I heard this thing, I was in deep shock. I have no cabals. Who is speaking this way? Sonny Akbarawa. That in the public, he's so quiet and cool, calm, a sweet guy, a perfect gentleman. When you see him in the, in the public, in the Zoom meetings, he's very quiet, humble. So when I heard him saying, I have no cabals, shock catch me. Fear. Ujo, fear. I was scared. Even you, Brutus. Betray. Even you, Akbarawa. I won't lie to you guys, when I heard that, I feared for the worst. I feared for the worst. Because sometimes those quiet people, they keep saying it. The quiet ones. The quiet ones. And then the worst pass. Now he's saying, I have no cabal. I have no cabal. I have no cabal. The quiet ones.
I have no cabals. I have no cabals. And I did not call anybody to put me up to write anything.
Hold it there. The judge should be the people of Biafra. He said he has no cabal. Mind you, in this discussion, Obatobe was playing chess. in the audio here. No cabal, no cabal. Who is always the head of the cabal? Somebody is always the head. And today, we hear say somebody has been going around paying all the media men. Somebody has been paying all the media men money every month in a coded way that even Obatobie does not know about it. I want to believe Obatobie does not. We're in a struggle. We dey fight for our freedom now. And they are paying you some money to fight for freedom. Hey, in fact, that money, if you guys are wise, pay it back as a donation back to the movement. If you have the means, so pay it back to the small, even if not £10, $10, 10 euro, pay it back every month. Pay that money he paid you. As long as it was not sanctioned for him to pay you, he has bribed you. He bribed you. Right now, the only person went on free is the person that came out to confess. Say, this man was giving me some money. I can't ask him. Say, how come the money every month not the same amount they give me? This money, na blessing or na salary? Every month you're giving me the same money. Why? What's going on? If it's salary, that's something I don't want. If you are paying me as a salary, that's something I don't want. We are in freedom fighting. We are not running a business venture. My services are not for sale. I am rendering a voluntary service. The same way the men on ground, we don't pay them salary. What we pay for them, now their daily bread, their granite, their flashlight, that's all. Daily bread to feed up food, the granite, flashlight, that's it. They are a voluntary force. So how come those in the media, they are getting paid? Somebody is paying them from the money of the donation. Now, if he says the money is from his private pocket, that one I was passed. If you say no, the money is my own money, I want to help them because they are doing well, I love them, I give them. Now that's even the worst one, because it means what you were doing was to buy them. What you were doing was buying them. So for all the media men that took some money from him, slowly, I'm telling you this so that make your future day bright. Apart from the guy when come out to talk, he's free because he showed us the truth. So for Ugo 247, he's a free man. He came out to speak. Some of you that didn't want to speak, if nobody spoke out, it means till this day, you won't be able to attack Akbarawa, Oge Nkere, because he has been paying you. That's how they buy your silence. Some people have refused to speak on the matter because they've been getting stipends every month from Oge Nkere. The guy, when they pay you every month, when there's a problem, you'll be neutral. So those who are saying, I'm neutral, I'm neutral, I'm waiting till Sabaneka comes back. People like that, you should run away from them. Do you know why? Because they have a selfish interest. They've been compromised. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. I've not yet done justice to this audio or video. I will come back because now we are still in the merriment time. I will come back and visit the whole video. Toby, when you come back, I will have a chat in our usual way and I will tell you everything that has been happening. As we speak, I'm writing down stuff day by day, journal day by day affairs. At the end, it will be on a PDF. I will send it to my Obatobie. From the day we heard of the problems till this day. A journal, a day-to-day activity. Because me, I'm a one-man army, a commando. I fear nobody, but I respect all. Fear none, respect all. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. Yeah, Biafra, Biafra. Yeah, superstar media. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. I wanna know. We going back to the land. We going back to the motherland. Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the land. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the land.